Assalamu alaikum students, this is Umaira Said, lecturer English Times Institute Multan. Today we are going to discuss the communication. What is communication? The agenda of today's lecture is that we will discuss what is communication, types and the levels of communication, barriers of communication, model of communication, and later on we will discuss the primitive and the modern definitions of the communication. Now discussing what is communication. My dear students, there is no particular definition of communication. So I cannot confine the communication into few words. How can I compose the definition of communication? Many of the scholars used to say that the communication depends upon your knowledge and upon your experience. Maybe my experience and my definition of communication will be entirely different from the communication you people experience. So, if I general say and moves to the origin of communication, the communication is derived from the Latin word communis, which means common. Common to share. What to share? To share thoughts, ideas, knowledge. It means that when you share and transfer your ideas from one person to another person, ideas and the knowledge from one place to another place, and when there is a mutual understanding developed, it is said to be the communication. It is most important to know that communication is not a one-way process, it is a two-way process. It is an unending process. If I am speaking and you people who are listening and watching me on the other side of the screen, if you are understanding my words and if you are nodded your heads like giving me the yes postures, then definitely the communication will be continued. So this is the minor definition of communication. And how the animal communicate. If I say that communication is universalized, it is globalized, it means that everything communicates. Let me give you a very simple example, that when the child used to born, and when he communicates, how he communicates? He weeps and he communicates to the parent what he or she needs. Animals' communication is entirely different from the human communication, and it is general perception that when the animals are in danger, they used to produce the different sounds that are only be heard by their fellow animals. Like if the animal like elephant is in danger, they used to produce a sound which is only heard by the another elephant. Birds used to chirp. So these are the different modes and the kinds of the communication which the animals done. As far as the human communication is concerned, there are the different types of communication: the verbal communication, the non-verbal communication, formal communication, informal communication, downward communication, upward communication, horizontal communication. The kinds of communication are interpersonal communication, intrapersonal communication, extrapersonal communication. Now moving to the verbal communication. The verbal communication is very common, like the way you speak, when you communicate by using the words. So this is the verbal communication. Many of you used to sing the song and deliver the messages while singing the songs, so that is a communication. What is the non-verbal communication? The non-verbal communication is a vast topic, and there are many things which are involved in the non-verbal. So non-verbal is very much obvious where the words are not used. It means that your postures, your facial expressions, your gestures, your happiness, your tiredness, your sadness, your fatigue, your irritation, when it being obvious through your postures, is said to be the non-verbal communication. Time, silence, space, these all are the types of non-verbal communication. So let me give you a very minor example of silence. Silence, suppose if I am asking a question to my student that what is the communication, and if a student is not answering me, if he remains silent, it means number one, he doesn't know the answer, number two, maybe he doesn't want to answer, number three, he is not bothering to answer. So means silence can be interpreted in different ways. So this is the non-verbal communication. So the time is also another non-verbal communication. In many of the countries of the world, If you are late from somewhere, if you keep your attendance a bit late, then it will be considered as a bad gesture, and it means that you are really not interested. So the way you wear and dress up, the way you apply a nail paint, the way you are sitting, so these are all the different types and expressions of the non-verbal communication, which will be discussed in the later videos. So now coming to the formal communication. The formal communication means when you formally communicate, like in the official meetings, while in the meeting with your teacher, while the meeting with your principal or with the boss. So this type of the communication, it is called formal communication, because your gestures, your words, your sentence structures, your vocabulary, and the words which you are going to use during communication will be formally used. Informal communication is entirely different from the formal communication, because informal communication means when you communicate in a so happy mood with your friends, and the jargons, the slangs, and the words which you use with your friends and the families cannot be conveyed and communicated with your teachers and the bosses and your principals. And in the official meetings, the informal communication and sometimes the non-verbal communication is condemned. Now next move to the upward communication. The communication in which the message is being transferred from the lower staff to the higher staff is said to be the upward communication. And if some message is being transferred from the higher management to the lower management, is said to be the downward communication. If you are working in an office, or suppose if you are in a class, a message is being disseminated by your CRs and GRs to the people of the same level, is said to be the horizontal communication. Now moving to the next are the model of communication. The model of communication is very simple. We have some sender, like me, I am the sender, sending you the message, and you people are the receivers. What I am sending to you, I am sending you a verbal message. You decode that message, understand the words and the gestures of something which I am been sending to you. Then you will again, after receiving the message, again compose another message and send back to me. So this is called feedback. So in the communication model, the feedback is very important, and number two are the channels that through which media you are sending the message. Marshall McLuhan in 1964 said that the world will turn into the global village, and now yes, the world has turned into the global village. Now here there are so many gadgets in your hands, and you are connected to so many other things in the world. So you are getting the global words and the global news in your gadgets. There are so many multimedia platforms, there are so many social media platforms through which you may get your messages and through which you may convey your messages or communicate to the people sitting around the globe. So this is the importance of the mass media. Through the television, film, radio and other social media platforms, you may communicate to the people of the world. So this is the importance of the communication word and the communication models. But sometimes our communication is interrupted, and that is called the communication barriers. There are multiple communication barriers, but in today's lecture we will discuss the few. And the few of the communication barriers are the gender barrier, the language barrier, the cultural barrier and the environmental barrier. Now discuss it in a little detail. What is the gender barrier? Sometimes in our culture, the women are little hesitant in talking to the male, and sometimes we are very much hesitant in talking to the person who is unknown to us. So this is called the gender barrier. What is the lingual barrier? The people who are not so much in touch with the language to the other languages, like those who are less competent in the English language, and if you communicate your message in that language, your message will be wasted. So this is the language barrier, that if a person who cannot understand English and if you will communicate them, your message gonna waste. So try to communicate them in their adapted language. The cultural barrier, yes, if we have nurtured and developed in the one culture, we cannot survive in another culture. So, this cultural barrier also declines and does not help us to communicate in another culture. The third is the environmental barrier. Suppose if I am talking to do it and if someone start knocking outside the door and if someone start the drill machine, our message will be interrupted. So, the banging of the door and the using of the drill machine or the horn or the siren outside the classroom will also be used as the said to be the environmental barrier. So, this was the lecture for today. Inshallah, in the coming lectures we will discuss more new topics. See you. Thank you so much.